Have you ever laid in bed, eyes wide open, while your mind plays the same thought again and again like a broken record? You try to sleep, but your brain doesn't stop. You think about what you said earlier. You worry about what someone else might think. You imagine different ways the future could go wrong. And before you know it, the night is gone, and so is your peace. If this sounds like you, don't worry. You are not alone. Overthinking is something many people struggle with. But the good news is, there's a way out. Overthinking is like standing in one place and running in circles. You feel tired, but you haven't moved. You feel stressed, but you haven't solved anything. It's a trap that keeps you stuck. Today, we are going to break that trap. You are going to learn how to stop overthinking and take control of your life. You are going to discover tools that will help you think clearly, feel calm, and take action with confidence. And it all begins right here, right now. The mind is a tool, not a master. Your mind is powerful. It can help you dream big, solve problems, and plan your future. It can imagine new ideas, create solutions, and guide you through difficult times. But as powerful as it is, your mind is only a tool. It is not meant to control you. It is meant to serve you. And if you forget this truth, your mind can easily become your master and even your prison. Overthinking is what happens when you give your mind too much power. Instead of using your thoughts to take action, you stay stuck in your head, thinking about every possibility, every risk, every mistake. You go over the same thoughts again and again, hoping to find peace, but it never comes. Why? Because peace doesn't come from thinking more. It comes from learning when to stop. Imagine your mind as a sharp knife. A knife can help you cook, build, and create beautiful things. But if you misuse it or hold it the wrong way, it can also cut you. The same is true with your thoughts. When used wisely, your thoughts can help you grow. But if you believe every thought, they can hurt you. Here is a powerful truth. You are not your thoughts. You are the one who notices your thoughts. You are the one who can observe them, question them, and let them go. Just because a thought appears doesn't mean it's true. And just because it's in your mind doesn't mean it deserves your attention. So start using your mind like a tool. Watch your thoughts with curiosity, not fear. Choose the thoughts that help you. Let go of the ones that don't. That's how you take back your power. That's how you stop overthinking. Why we overthink. To stop overthinking, we must first understand why we do it. Overthinking doesn't just happen without a cause. Most of the time, it begins with fear. Fear is the root. Fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of making the wrong decision, fear of being judged, fear of the unknown. When we face these fears, our brain tries to help us. It wants to protect us from danger, pain, and embarrassment. So it starts thinking, and thinking, and thinking. Your mind tells you, what if this goes wrong? Or, what if I make a mistake? Or, what if I'm not ready? It wants to find the perfect answer before you act. It wants to keep you safe. But in trying to protect you, your mind creates a prison of thoughts. You end up stuck in a mental loop. You go in circles, thinking about every possible outcome but doing nothing. This is what overthinking really is, a loop made of fear and doubt. Imagine someone who wants to start a business. They have a great idea. They feel excited at first. But then the thoughts begin. What if I fail? What if people laugh at me? What if I lose all my money? What if I'm not smart enough? These questions seem helpful, but they are rooted in fear. The person does research. They plan again and again, but they never start. Why? Because the fear becomes stronger than the dream. This is the danger of overthinking. It steals your time. It steals your peace. It drains your energy. But worst of all, it steals your action. Without action, your dreams stay dreams. Without action, your ideas never come to life. Understanding this is the first step to breaking free. Action is the enemy of overthinking. The best way to stop overthinking is simple but powerful. Take action. Action is like a sword that cuts through the endless loop of thoughts. When you act, even in a small way, your focus shifts. You stop thinking so much, and you start doing. You stop worrying about what could go wrong, and you start making things happen. Overthinking lives in the mind, but action lives in the real world. Let's return to the person who wants to start a business. They've been thinking about it for weeks, maybe months. Their mind is full of what-ifs. But what if, instead of sitting and worrying, they take just one small step? Maybe they write down their business idea on paper. Or maybe they call a friend and share it. Or they look up one helpful video online. That single action, even if it's small, breaks the pattern. It creates momentum. Momentum is powerful. Once you start moving, you feel a little more confident. You feel a little stronger. That strength helps you take the next step. And the next. Suddenly, you're not stuck in your head anymore. You're moving forward. Many people wait for the perfect time. They say, "I'll start when I feel ready." But the truth is, you don't feel ready first. You feel ready after you take action. Action creates readiness. Action builds courage. So, if you're overthinking something right now, pause for a moment. Take a deep breath. Then ask yourself, what is one small thing I can do today to move forward? Don't aim for perfect. Aim for progress. That one step may seem small, but it can lead to big changes. The chain of overthinking breaks when you act. Take that step. The door to change will open. Live in the present moment. One of the biggest reasons we overthink is because we spend too much time in the past or the future. Our mind keeps going back to old memories, what we said, what we did, or what others did to us. We replay painful conversations. We regret mistakes. We feel guilt for things we can't change. Or we jump ahead to the future. We imagine all the things that could go wrong. We worry about problems that haven't even happened. We fear failure, disappointment, and the unknown. When your mind lives in the past, it brings guilt, sadness, and pain. When your mind lives in the future, it creates anxiety, fear, and stress. But there is one place where peace always lives: the present moment. Right here. Right now. When you focus on the present, something amazing happens. Your mind begins to calm down. You stop asking, "What if?" and start asking, "What now?" That small question brings you back to your power. Instead of being lost in fear, you become aware of what you can do today. And when you take care of this moment, the next moment becomes easier. One powerful way to stay in the present is to practice mindfulness. Mindfulness means being fully present. If you are eating, eat slowly. Notice the taste, the smell, the texture. If you are walking, feel your feet touching the ground. Notice the wind, the sounds, the colors. If you're talking to someone, really listen to them. Don't think about your reply. Just listen with your whole mind. Your thoughts will wander. That's normal. But when they do, gently bring your attention back to now. Like training a muscle, the more you do it, the stronger your focus becomes. With practice, overthinking begins to fade, and peace takes its place. Not everything needs an answer. One of the biggest reasons people fall into overthinking is the deep belief that everything must have a perfect answer. They think, I have to figure this out right now, or I need to make the perfect decision. But life doesn't always give us perfect answers. Life is not a math problem. Sometimes things are messy, unclear, and uncertain, and that's completely okay. The truth is, you don't need to understand everything to move forward. You don't need to solve every mystery to live in peace. There will be moments in life when you don't know what to do. There will be questions that don't have answers yet. But trying to force an answer too soon only creates stress, confusion, and anxiety. Look at nature. The sun rises and sets without needing a reason. Trees grow, flowers bloom, and seasons change. Nothing in nature tries to control everything. It simply flows. It trusts the process. In the same way, we must learn to flow with life, not fight it. If something is bothering you and no solution seems to appear, give yourself permission to pause. Say to yourself, I don't have the answer right now, and that's okay. This is not giving up. This is trust. You're trusting that the answer will come when the time is right. Sometimes clarity takes time. Sometimes wisdom grows in silence. Let go of the need to control every outcome. Let go of the pressure to be perfect. Life is full of unknowns, and that's what makes it beautiful. When you accept uncertainty, your mind begins to relax. And when your mind is relaxed, it becomes open. It observes. It learns. It grows. A free mind does not overthink. It flows. And in that flow, peace is found. Don't believe every thought. Your mind can feel like a storm, fast, loud, and full of energy. Thoughts fly in from every direction. Some thoughts are helpful, others are not. But here's the truth. Just because your mind says something doesn't mean it's true. Many people who overthink make one big mistake. They believe every thought that comes into their head. But your thoughts are not always facts. Many times they are just habits. Imagine someone wakes up every morning and thinks, I'm not good enough. They didn't choose that thought, it just appears. It may have come from something someone said years ago, or maybe it grew out of past failures or pain, but now it repeats again and again. After a while, it feels real. It feels like the truth, but it's not. It's just a sentence in the mind, a voice that can be questioned. You can challenge your thoughts. When you notice a negative or fearful thought, pause. Ask yourself, is this really true? Do I have any proof? Would I say this to a friend? Most of the time, you'll realize the thought has no real power. It's just noise. This is how you begin to take back control. You are not weak because your mind creates negative thoughts. Everyone has them. You become strong when you stop letting those thoughts control your life. You become powerful when you speak to yourself with kindness and wisdom. Start changing the story in your head. Replace, I can't do this with, I will try my best. Replace, what if I fail, with, what if I succeed? These simple changes in thought can change your entire mindset. And when your mindset changes, your life begins to change too. Write it down. Sometimes your mind feels heavy, not because something terrible has happened, but because it's simply too full. Thoughts keep spinning. Worries keep growing. Plans keep changing. And all of it is happening inside your head. No wonder it feels overwhelming. One of the easiest ways to lighten this mental weight is also one of the most powerful. Write it down. Grab a notebook or even a scrap of paper and begin to write. Don't worry about making it perfect. Don't worry about grammar, spelling, or style. This is not a school assignment. This is for you. Just write whatever comes to your mind. It could be fears, goals, ideas, confusion, anything. Let your thoughts flow onto the page like water from a bottle. Why does writing help? Because it gives your thoughts a place to go. When they stay in your head, they spin around in circles. But when you put them on paper, something changes. You start to see them clearly. Some thoughts suddenly look small. Some worries seem easier to handle. You might even laugh at how much you were stressing over something that wasn't a big deal. Writing helps you step back and look at things with calm eyes. You can also begin to notice patterns. Are the same thoughts showing up every day? What is truly bothering you? What do you want to change? Writing helps you understand yourself better. Try journaling for just 10 minutes a day. Do it in the morning to start fresh, or in the evening to clear your mind. Make it your safe space. A private place where you can release stress, dream freely, and think honestly. Over time, your mind will begin to relax. You will feel lighter, clearer, and more in control. So the next time your mind feels too full, remember, write it down. Set time limits for decisions. One of the biggest reasons people overthink is because they struggle with making decisions. You want to make the perfect choice. You want to avoid mistakes. So you think about every possible outcome. You imagine every what if you keep going back and forth between options. But the more time you spend thinking, the more confused and anxious you become. This is the trap of indecision. At first, it seems like you are being careful, but after a while, you're just stuck. You're not moving forward. You're standing still while life keeps going. There is a better way. Set a time limit. If you need to make a small decision, like what to eat for dinner, or whether to say yes to a simple plan, give yourself 10 minutes or less. For bigger decisions, like a job change or a big purchase, give yourself 24 hours. Once the time is up, make the best decision you can with the information you have at that moment. Don't wait until everything is perfect. Don't wait until you are 100% sure. That moment may never come. Just make a choice and move forward. Here's what happens when you do this. You start to build confidence. You teach your brain that you can make decisions without fear. You stop second-guessing every little thing. And most importantly, you take action. Because action is what creates results. Even if a decision doesn't turn out the way you hoped, you'll learn something. You'll grow. And next time, you'll decide even faster. So instead of thinking for hours or days, set a timer. Make the choice. Trust yourself. Move on. Life rewards those who decide and act, not those who wait forever hoping to be sure. Create a worry window. Let's be honest, worrying is part of life. Everyone worries sometimes. It's natural. Your brain is trying to protect you from danger, from mistakes, or from future pain. But the problem begins when you let worry control your entire day. It starts in the morning, and it doesn't stop until you go to sleep. This kind of constant worrying becomes overthinking. It makes your mind feel heavy, tired, and full. But what if you didn't try to fight worry all the time? What if you gave it a specific time and place? That's the idea behind the worry window. It's a simple technique, and it works. Here's how to do it. Choose a time in your day. maybe in the afternoon or evening, and set a timer for 15 minutes. During this time, give yourself permission to worry freely. Sit down with a notebook or just close your eyes and let your worries come. Think about them. Feel them. Write them if you want. Let your brain say everything it wants to say. But when the timer ends, that's it. The worry time is over. You close the window. You get up, stretch, and return to your life. If another worry comes up later in the day, tell yourself, I'll save this for my worry window. At first, this may feel strange, but after a few days, your brain will start to understand the new rule. Worry has a limit. It doesn't have to run wild all day. You are in control now. You decide when to worry and when to live. Try this for just 1 week. You may be surprised at how much lighter and calmer your mind feels. You're not stopping your worries. You're managing them. That's true power. Protect your mental space. Imagine your mind as a room. When this room is clean, calm, and organized, you can think clearly and feel peaceful. But if it's full of noise, clutter, and chaos, it becomes difficult to focus. Your thoughts get mixed up, and overthinking takes over. It's like trying to work in a messy room. You can't find what you need, and everything feels overwhelming. This is why it's very important to protect your mental space. What you allow into your mind matters a lot. The people you talk to, the information you read or watch, and the kinds of conversations you have all influence the quality of your thoughts. They can either build you up or tear you down. Start by asking yourself a simple question. What am I feeding my mind every day? If your answer is mostly negative news, gossip, or endless scrolling through social media where people show perfect lives, then your mind becomes heavy. You might start to believe you are not enough. You might imagine the worst things that could happen. This feeds your overthinking and makes it harder to feel calm. On the other hand, if you choose to fill your mind with positive things, like inspiring books, uplifting videos, motivational talks, and moments of quiet reflection, your mind becomes stronger and clearer. You begin to feel more focused and peaceful. Protect your mental space by setting boundaries. Limit negative input. Decide what you watch, read, and listen to carefully. Choose to spend time with people who support and inspire you. Avoid those who complain or criticize all the time. Remember, you can't always control what happens around you, but you can control what you allow inside your mind. When you protect your mental space, overthinking loses its power, and your mind becomes your greatest ally. Learn to pause before reacting. Overthinking often starts with a quick reaction. Imagine someone says something that hurts you. Maybe it's a harsh comment or a careless word. Suddenly, your mind begins to race. Why did they say that? Did I do something wrong? What should I do next? These questions spin in your head like a storm, creating hours of mental stress and confusion. This is how overthinking takes control. But there is a simple and powerful habit that can stop this cycle. The pause. When something upsets you, don't rush to respond. Instead, pause. Stop for a moment. Take a deep breath. Count slowly to 5. Give yourself space to breathe and think clearly. This short break allows your emotions to settle and your mind to calm down. During this pause, remind yourself, I don't need to solve this right now. This pause is like pressing a reset button for your mind. It helps you avoid reacting from anger, fear, or confusion. Instead, you create a moment of calm to think clearly and choose your response wisely. When you practice pausing regularly, You begin to master your mind rather than letting your mind control you. You learn to act with wisdom, not just emotion. This doesn't mean you will never feel upset or stressed. You will still have emotions. This is part of being human. But you will no longer drown in them or let them push you into endless overthinking. With each pause, you build strength. You train yourself to think clearly and calmly, even in difficult moments. Over time, this simple habit can change your life, helping you find peace and control over your thoughts. Focus on what you can control. Overthinking often grows from worrying about things you cannot change. It's natural to want to fix problems, but sometimes you get stuck trying to control what is simply beyond your reach. You cannot control how other people think or feel. You cannot change the past, no matter how much you wish you could. And the future is uncertain, full of things you don't know yet. When your mind tries to manage all these things, it becomes overwhelmed and tired. That is the beginning of overthinking. But here is a simple truth. You always have control over what you do right now. Ask yourself this question every day. What can I control today? Maybe you can't change your boss's mood or the weather outside, but you can control how hard you work and how you respond to challenges. Maybe you cannot control whether someone likes you or agrees with you, but you can control how kindly and respectfully you treat them. These small actions are where your true power lies. When you focus on what is within your control, something amazing happens. Your energy becomes focused and strong. You stop wasting time and mental energy on things that don't matter or that you cannot change. Instead, you become calm, clear, and effective. There is a short saying that can help you remember this important idea. Control the controllables. This phrase reminds you to let go of the impossible and pour your strength into what you can actually do. When your energy is focused like this, overthinking starts to lose its hold on you. Your mind relaxes, and you find peace in taking action on what really matters. Give your brain a break. Your brain is an incredible machine. It helps you solve problems, learn new things, and create beautiful ideas. But like any machine, it cannot run non-stop without needing rest. When your brain works too hard, especially when it overthinks, it can start to feel tired and overloaded. Overthinking is often a sign that your brain is exhausted and needs a break. Taking breaks is not a sign of weakness or laziness. In fact, it is one of the smartest things you can do to keep your mind healthy and strong. When you give your brain time to rest, it can reset and refresh. It can clear away the clutter of endless thoughts and worries, making room for calm and clarity. Try to find moments every day where you step away from your thoughts. Go outside for a walk and notice the fresh air and sunlight. Sit quietly in nature and listen to the sounds around you. Play with a pet or spend time with someone you love. These simple activities help your mind slow down and focus on the present moment. Listening to soft music, taking deep breaths, or doing something creative, like drawing, cooking, or gardening, can also calm the mental noise. Another important way to give your brain a break is through good sleep. When you don't sleep enough, your brain becomes tired and confused. You might feel more emotional or restless, and overthinking can get worse. So ask yourself honestly, am I getting enough sleep? Am I resting well? If the answer is no, start making rest a priority. Remember, a well-rested brain thinks clearly and feels calm. When you take care of your mind with rest and breaks, overthinking loses its power. Your thoughts become lighter and your heart feels peaceful. Practice gratitude. Gratitude is one of the most powerful tools you can use to stop overthinking. When your mind feels crowded with fear, doubt, or regret, practicing gratitude helps bring your focus back to what is good and real in your life. It reminds you of what you already have, rather than what you don't. This simple shift in perspective can change everything. Every day, take a moment, whether in the morning when you wake up or in the evening before you sleep, and write down 3 things you are thankful for. These don't need to be big or extraordinary. They can be small and simple, like a smile from a stranger, a warm cup of tea, a kind word from a friend, or even the comfort of your home. The more you practice this daily habit, the more your brain trains itself to notice and appreciate the blessings around you. Gratitude has the power to lower stress and anxiety. When you focus on what you're thankful for, your heart feels lighter and your mind becomes calmer. Instead of spiraling into worries or what-ifs, you ground yourself in the present and feel peace. This peaceful feeling makes overthinking lose its grip on you because your mind no longer needs to search for problems or uncertainties. Even when life feels difficult or imperfect, gratitude teaches you to find beauty in small moments. It opens your eyes to joy that you might otherwise miss. And when your heart is full of gratitude, there is little room left for overthinking. You simply begin to enjoy the moment fully and deeply. Try this practice today. Start your gratitude habit and watch how it slowly changes the way you think and feel. It's a gentle but powerful way to quiet your mind and bring more happiness into your life. Build confidence through progress. Many people get stuck in overthinking because they don't fully trust themselves. They doubt their ability to succeed, worry about making mistakes, and fear failure. This lack of self-trust keeps the mind spinning in circles, thinking endlessly but never taking real action. The truth is, confidence doesn't come from overanalyzing or planning perfectly. Confidence grows through doing. The key is to start with small wins. Break your big goals into tiny, manageable steps that feel achievable. For example, if you want to wake up earlier, don't try to change your entire schedule overnight. Instead, try waking up just 15 minutes earlier each day for a week. If your goal is to read more, start with reading only 5 pages a day. These small, consistent actions are powerful because every time you complete one, you send your brain a clear message. I can do this. Each small success builds your confidence bit by bit. It shows your mind that you are capable, reliable, and able to make progress. This growing confidence naturally quiets the overthinking because you begin to trust yourself more. When you believe in your ability to handle whatever comes your way, you don't feel the need to analyze every detail or prepare for every possible problem. Instead, you learn to face challenges with a calm and steady mind. With trust in yourself, overthinking loses its power. You become stronger, more focused, and more willing to take action even if the path isn't perfectly clear. Remember, confidence is not about knowing all the answers up front. It's about trusting yourself to find the answers as you move forward. So, start small, keep progressing, and watch your confidence grow. Overthinking will fade away as you build your courage through real experience. Surround yourself with the right people. You don't have to face overthinking on your own. The people you spend time with have a huge impact on your thoughts, feelings, and mindset. If you are surrounded by people who often focus on fear, doubt, or negativity, it's easy to absorb those same feelings. Their worries can become your worries. Their stress can become your stress. But when you surround yourself with people who are calm, positive, and clear-minded, your own mind starts to mirror that peace and confidence. Look for people who listen to you without judgment, people who support your dreams and encourage your growth. These people don't have to be many. Even just a small circle of honest, kind, and uplifting friends can make a powerful difference in how you feel about yourself and your life. If you don't have this kind of support right now, don't worry. It's possible to find it. Join groups related to your interests, attend events where positive people gather, or take part in communities where growth and kindness are valued. Be open to meeting new people and building connections. At the same time, try to be that positive person for others. Practice listening with patience and empathy. Speak with kindness and encouragement. Share what you're learning on your journey to peace and clarity. The more you help others feel supported and understood, the more you strengthen your own inner calm. When you give peace to others, you invite peace into your own life. Remember, your environment shapes your mind. Choose your company wisely. With the right people by your side, overthinking will lose its grip, and your path to calm and confidence will become clearer. Forgive yourself and let go. One of the main reasons people get caught in the trap of overthinking is because they hold on tightly to past mistakes. Their minds replay painful moments over and over. Questions like, why did I say that? Or, what if I had done things differently? Keep spinning endlessly in their heads. This mental replay creates a loop that drains your energy and peace of mind, but never actually solves anything. The truth is, everyone makes mistakes. Nobody is perfect. The most important step you can take is to forgive yourself. Forgiving yourself doesn't mean ignoring or pretending the mistake never happened. It means honestly acknowledging that you made a mistake, accepting it as part of being human, and choosing to learn from it rather than punish yourself. It's saying, yes, I made a mistake, but I'm committed to growing and moving forward. You can't change what's already done, but you can decide how you respond to it. When you view mistakes as lessons instead of failures, you give yourself permission to heal and improve. Next time you find yourself stuck in those painful what-if thoughts about the past, pause and gently remind yourself, I forgive myself. I'm doing the best I can. Let go of the heavy burden of guilt and regret. Those old stories don't define who you are today. Your real power lies in the present moment. Right now, this breath, this choice. When you truly let go of the past, your mind feels lighter and freer. Overthinking loses its grip, and you create space for peace, growth, and new possibilities. Remember, forgiveness is a gift you give yourself. It's the key to unlocking your mind and stepping into a more peaceful life. Don't try to be perfect. Overthinking often stems from the deep desire to be perfect. You want every word to be just right, every decision to be completely safe, and every step to be certain and flawless. But here's the reality. Life doesn't work like that. Perfection is an impossible goal. It's a moving target that keeps shifting and growing. The need to be perfect becomes a trap, holding you back with fear and hesitation. It stops you from starting, from trying, and from learning. Instead of chasing perfection, shift your focus to honesty and consistency. Be honest with yourself about where you are and what you can do. Take small, steady steps forward, even if they feel messy or uncertain. Progress does not require perfection. Progress requires movement. You don't have to have it all figured out before you begin. You just have to be willing to try. Think about people who truly succeed. They are not perfect. They are persistent. They face challenges, make mistakes, and stumble. But they don't quit. They keep going, learning with every step, adjusting, and growing. That's what real success looks like. Courage to keep moving forward, even when things are unclear or difficult. The more you accept this truth, the more you will free yourself from overthinking. You'll stop waiting for the perfect moment or the perfect answer. You'll begin to act with courage instead of fear. Remember, perfection is an illusion, but progress is real. So give yourself permission to be imperfect. Take imperfect action. Trust that with every step, you're becoming stronger and wiser. That's the true path to growth. Replace what if with even if. Sometimes, the smallest change in the way you think can create a big difference in how you feel and act. One powerful shift is to replace the question, "What if everything goes wrong?" with "Even if something goes wrong, can I handle it?" This simple change in your inner dialogue gives you strength and control over your fears. When you ask, "What if?" your mind often jumps to the worst possible outcomes. What if I fail? What if I embarrass myself? What if things never get better? These what-if questions fuel fear. They make you imagine failure before you've even started. They trap you in worry and keep you stuck in overthinking. But when you ask, "Even if," your thinking changes completely. Even if I fail, I can keep trying. Even if things don't go as planned, I will find a way. Even if I feel scared, I will move forward. This kind of thinking builds courage because it reminds you that no matter what happens, you have the ability to survive and grow. You've faced hard times before, and you came through them. You are stronger than your fears. Overthinking feeds on fear and uncertainty. But courage is the antidote to fear. When you change your questions from "what if" to "even if," you start to take back your power. You become your own friend and supporter, speaking kindly to yourself. You say, "Even if it doesn't go perfectly, I'll be okay. I will learn from this. I will grow stronger." This new mindset doesn't mean you won't feel fear or doubt, but it means those feelings don't control you. You become braver than your fears, and that bravery helps you take action. And with every brave step you take, the cycle of overthinking begins to break. Do one thing at a time. Many people believe multitasking is a skill that helps them get more done. But the truth is, multitasking often causes more stress and leads to overthinking. Our brains are not designed to focus fully on multiple things at once. Instead, when you try to juggle many tasks, your mind becomes scattered and overwhelmed. It might feel like you are busy, but deep down, you know you aren't finishing anything well. This scattered attention can create mental noise, making your thoughts louder and more confusing. The better approach is to do one thing at a time. When you focus completely on one task, you allow your brain to give that moment its full attention. You don't rush or divide your energy. You give yourself permission to be present. This simple change can quiet the constant chatter in your mind and reduce overthinking. Try starting with small habits in your daily life. When you eat, just eat. Notice the taste, texture, and smell of your food. When you read, focus only on the words on the page. When you have a conversation, listen deeply without planning your next reply. These small moments of mindfulness create a strong foundation for a calmer mind. Living one task at a time brings mindfulness, the practice of being fully present in the moment. Mindfulness is a powerful tool against overthinking because it keeps your mind from drifting into worries or regrets. It anchors you to the here and now. And when you live fully in the present, you experience more peace, clarity, and satisfaction in everything you do. Trust the process of life. One of the biggest reasons we fall into the trap of overthinking is our desire to control everything. We want clear answers immediately. We want to know exactly how things will turn out before we take a single step. But life isn't a problem to be solved all at once. It's a journey filled with uncertainty, twists, and turns. Not every moment will be clear or certain right away. And that's perfectly okay. Sometimes the most courageous thing you can do is to take the first step, even if you can't see the whole path. Trusting the process of life doesn't mean ignoring reality or pretending everything will be perfect. Instead, it means having the bravery to say, I don't have all the answers, but I trust my ability to handle whatever comes my way. It means believing that if you do your part, if you keep moving forward, the rest will unfold naturally in time. This trust is a quiet strength that calms the mind and frees you from the heavy burden of needing to figure everything out all at once. Let go of the need to control every detail or to plan your entire life in one sitting. Let go of the fear of the unknown, which often fuels endless worry and second-guessing. Instead, focus on the next best step in front of you. That step is enough. Life is not a puzzle you must solve all at once. It's a story that unfolds chapter by chapter, day by day. When you begin to trust this process, you stop overthinking every possibility. You stop exhausting your mind with what-ifs. You relax into the flow of life and start to live more fully in the present moment. And that trust creates peace. A peace that no amount of overthinking can take away. Your peace is more important than perfection. At the end of a busy or stressful day, it's important to check in with yourself and ask, is this thought helping me or hurting me? Overthinking often traps us in a cycle of worry, doubt, and fear, thoughts that can leave us feeling stuck, anxious, or overwhelmed. But here's a powerful truth. You don't have to follow every thought that comes into your mind. You don't have to believe everything your brain tells you. Your peace matters far more than constantly trying to be right or perfectly prepared. We live in a world that pushes us toward perfection. Perfect decisions, perfect actions, perfect outcomes. But perfection is a myth that only creates pressure and fear. When you prioritize perfection over your peace, you lose the very calm and clarity that help you make better choices. Sometimes, the strongest and wisest thing you can do is to step away from the problem, take a deep breath, and protect your mental and emotional space. Remember, you are not your thoughts. You are the thinker, the one observing those thoughts. This gives you incredible power. The power to choose where to place your attention. You don't have to get lost in every worry or negative thought. You can decide to focus on peace instead. You can choose to let go of thoughts that don't serve you and invite calmness into your mind. Protecting your peace is not giving up. It's choosing to be kind to yourself. It's choosing to create a safe space within your mind where clarity and calm can grow. So whenever you feel overwhelmed by overthinking, remind yourself, your peace is more important than perfection. Choose peace. Choose freedom. Choose yourself. Final words. You have the power. If you've come this far, It means something inside you wants change. You're tired of living in your head. You're ready to live from your heart. You're ready to move forward, to act, to enjoy life without being trapped by fear, doubt, and endless questions. And the good news is, you can. Overthinking is not your identity. It's just a habit. And habits can be changed. Slowly, gently, daily. Start small. Don't wait for a perfect moment. Begin where you are. Speak kindly to yourself. Take action even if it's uncertain. Give yourself rest. Let go of what you can't control. And above all, trust yourself. You are stronger than your thoughts. You are more powerful than your fears. You are here to live, not just think about living. So take the first step, right now. Don't think about the whole journey. Just do the next right thing and keep moving forward. Because peace is not found in thinking more. Peace is found in living fully, and you deserve that peace.